Hello, hello there, my Facebook friends. It is Candy here from SweetStamper.com, and I am so happy to be with you here today. This is the second time I come to you each week. I come on Tuesday and Thursday both. So this is my second of the week, Facebook Live. And every Thursday I come at 2 o'clock Central Daylight Savings Time. And we do simple and stepped up stamping. We have a lot of fun. It's amazing what you can create with just a few things. Stamps, ink, and paper are the backbone of what we do with our stamping projects. Hey Claudia, thank you for joining us. Hey Barb and Adriana, I'm so glad you ladies are here with me and enjoying a little bit of summer. Hey Velma, I think Adriana, you must be out of school right now, although I'm not sure if you're doing summer school or if summer school started yet. It's different for different places. Hey Melissa, I'm glad you're here as well. So we have fun things today. So I'm going to get busy here straight away. We are going to, we're going to do simple stamping and then we're going to step it up. I want to remind you, I've been kind of sharing in my email news as well as here that I will be doing my annual BOGO sale. And that means BOGO stands for buy one, get one, and you buy one and you get one free. And it's dollar for dollar, and I will be showcasing a lot of my retired stash. I'll be doing those in 3 Facebook Lives. One will be here on Friday night at 6:30, Sunday night at 6:30, Saturday morning at 10 a.m. So I will be on here 3 times for some Facebook Live fun. It's going to be interactive. It's going to be fun. I got lots of things to show you and retired products as well as some fabulous projects that I made with some of those items. Really kind of helps you imagine what you might do with them. And those cards and things will be going out the door. Many of them will be going out the door with the purchases. So Adriana, no summer school, spending time with your granddaughter. Well, that's just the best, you know. Spending time with your granddaughter, they grow up so quickly. So that is time very well invested. Good for you. So don't forget, I will be here with Facebook Lives on Friday night, Saturday morning, and Sunday night. You can bid on, or not bid, you don't really bid, but you can claim retired merchandise in between, but I will actually be here live during those times. And I do have a helper to help me moderate the comments so that I can be showcasing things. And Jennifer is going to be helping me to make sure that if you have laid claim to something, that nobody else is laying claim to it as well. So that is BOGO sale all weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I will be here with you lots. So share with your friends, come on, and let's make a deal. Okay, for today, let's do some simple stamping. I'm going to bring the camera down, and here we go. So I wanted to take just a moment and show you, if you haven't already seen, I'm absolutely in love with my Cards with a Twist class for this month. Each month I run a class. It is $35. It's 8 cards. So that's kind of the basics every single time. We center around a single stamp set. It's the stamp set I'm going to be stamping with today. Once again, Flowers of Friendship, super fun stamp set. You're going to make 8 cards, and they all feature the new in colors. And you're going to get half a package of this new in color designer series paper. You get a couple of 6x6 sheets of this totally scrummy in color vellum, shimmer vellum. I get the name on it mixed up sometimes. This is super fun to work with. And you will also get your PDF tutorial. You get with photos, so you get color photos on your PDF tutorial, step-by-step directions. You get these in color jewels, and you get all of that shipped directly to you. My cost includes shipping for $35. Now, you have the opportunity to add on some other things if you would like to. That's totally, that's optional add-ons. And so I think that is something for you to consider. Let me know if you would like the link and you don't already have it. Hey Gail, I missed seeing you, so welcome, welcome, and Velma too. So let me tuck these in so I don't lose them. There's a fun punch that goes with it. We're actually not going to use that punch today. I'm going to use a different punch today. So, let me see. Oh, I think I've got my camera angle a little bit. Let's see. Let's bring it down. Okay. Okay. So, once again, I'm going to be using both the Flowers of Friendship and Biggest Wish. So, this is kind of what I'm doing in my Cards with a Twist class. I'm using this primarily, but I brought this in for a few greetings because I needed more. With 8 cards, I like to do each one different, and this didn't give me enough options. So I pulled this in, and I think they coordinate really, really well together. So let's start with Simple, and we're going to start with Daffodil Delight card base. This is an 8.5 by 5.5 piece of cardstock. I have gone ahead and scored it in the middle, and you can do that just with your paper trimmer. I do think it gives you a better crease when you pre-score it. So I do always do that. I'm going to take a 3 by 4.25 piece of basic white cardstock, and I'm going to use this big flower today. So there's a couple of different flowers in this stamp set, and I'm using this really large one. And I'm going to ink that up with my Tuxedo black ink. This is our kind of our standard basic black ink that we use for almost everything. Stays On is our other black ink, and that is what you want to use anytime you're trying to watercolor. So Stays On is permanent, and it is waterproof, and that is essential when you are watercoloring. Okay, so I'm going to angle it just a little bit, like so. And then we're going to let that dry just a wee bit. And because I'm going to do simple and stepped up, I'm going to go ahead and bring in, here's my little bag of goodies for today. Let's see, there should be another piece of basic white in here. Let's see. Oh, I'm just going to give you all my add-ons for stepped up. Well, where did you go? Basic white. The best laid plans. Ah, no? Oh, that's weird because I cut like 3 of them. Okay, let's go through all the cardstock. Then I pick it up and move it. That's just so strange. Let me see. Yeah, I even cut an extra. So it's probably buried in here and I'm just not seeing it, but I mean, it's white, so how would I not see it? So odd. That is one piece. I have no clue what happened to that. Okay, so we are going to grab another piece of white. It's just, I'm totally flummoxed. Totally and completely flummoxed. See, this is what happens when I actually prepare for you guys. When I fly by the seat of my pants, I actually do better. Okay, so let's trim this. Oh good, that's 4 1/4. Let me trim it down. My little mini chopper. And let's bring, hey Susan, I'm glad you're here. Let's bring this down to 3. I'm pretty sure that's measurement. Okay, and this is actually the thick Whisper White. It's basic white. And that's just kind of what I grabbed off of my workstation over there. So when you're inking up a large stamp like this, I do like to turn it over, and it's a lot easier to get a full application of ink. Let's go here, and we're going to angle this once again because we want to have room for a bit of word. I'm just going to use, I'm going to make this into a little hello card. I'm going to set that over here and let it dry just a little bit, because when you're using your blends, they will not bleed into that black, providing the black is dry. And sometimes we get in a little bit too much of a hurry. So I'm going to use the fine tip of the Daffodil Delight, and I'm using, you can see here the fine tip and the brush tip, And I'm just going to go ahead and get these ready because then it's going to be a little bit easier for me to work and not have to stop. And I'm going to also pull in a little bit of Granny Apple Green for my leaves. So let's start with the leaves. And all I'm going to do is kind of highlight the veins a little bit. And I'm actually not going to outline the leaf with the dark because I don't want that much of the dark. Granny Apple Green is a strong color, so you can see even the light is pretty bold, but I'm wanting there to be really strong contrast on this. I'm going to give just a little bit of green to these stems so they don't look quite so raw black. And that's something you can do or not. That's, you know, just a little added extra. And I do like coloring with these fine tips when you have a smaller area. And these leaves are quite small. And even the flowers, by the time you start getting into all these little nooks and crannies, it can be a little bit challenging with the brush tip is really meant for larger areas. So there is my Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to go in here with the dark, and this dark Daffodil Delight is quite dark. And this time I am going to go ahead and I'm going to bring this in so that I have basically an outline of my flower petals and then all of the little shadow lines, or veining probably. And that is ready to color in with the light Daffodil Delight. And you can see how even though I'm using, you know, I'm coloring a fair bit of space, I am using the smaller tip because this is a fairly small flower, and I do find it's really easy to get out the lines with the brush tip on such a small space. So I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and look how that's looking already, coming along very nicely indeed. Let's go ahead because I am going to basically do the same focal point, and then we're going to step it up a little bit. Now I did do a little different here because on my original I did the little stems with the light Granny Apple Green, and this time I'm doing the dark, so just a little bit of a variation. Those are kind of fun things we can do. And I do like, you know, you do want to make sure that you're closing your blends well, but when you're using them, I mean, I'm only using these, they're going to stay open for, you know, 2 minutes maybe. So rather than having to cap and uncap each color each time, I do like to just have them sitting out like this, and then as soon as I'm done, I can go ahead and cap them. And I do like to make sure I hear that little snap, and then I know that they're fully closed. But don't be afraid to leave them open for a few seconds. You know, sometimes we get a little bit paranoid that, you know, they're going to dry out on us. And I mean, at the end of the day, eventually they will. They will last you for quite a while, depending on how much coloring you're doing. But eventually you will have to replace them. And I mean, what, they're $9 for the pair, so it's not going to break the bank. And so I just don't worry about those things. It's like, you know, I will conserve some things. I try to conserve gas. If I'm going to be running errands, I try to run several at once. But when it comes to ink, I mean, this is just, I don't want to be stressed when I'm crafting. So I just don't worry about that kind of stuff. You know, with cardstock, it's, okay, if you mess up a piece, there's plenty more. And it's paper. It's not going to cost the earth. So stress-free stamping is what we like. Okay, so this one has already dried, and look how pretty. I mean, even without doing anything else, that's the essence of simple stamping right there. Stamp, ink, and paper. I mean, there is nothing fancy in here at all. Now, I did want to add this little hello, and I have a couple of options here. This actually will fit right there, and I think I'm going to do it that way just to show how incredibly simple it can be. this month's simple stamping feature is stamps, ink, paper, and you can add a punch. But I think for my purposes, I'm just going to add the hello and be done with it. I could add a layer of cardstock, and that would definitely dress it up a bit, but isn't that just lovely? I think it's just perfection. So that is my simple stamping. Now let's see. What happens if we layer that? Do we want to layer that? Is that too much? What do y'all think? Is it too much green? I kind of wanted to concentrate on the yellow. That's already pre-cut, so I could also do just a little bit of green. You know, sometimes you can take a scrap and just use it as a backing like that, and use just a little bit of green. So everybody's being pretty quiet here today. Usually y'all are pretty happy to give me your opinions. I do think I like it offset. I think that right there is really nice. So tell me what y'all think about this. And while you're telling me whether you want me to add a little bit of Granny Apple Green, I am going to bring my Big Boss machine over here, and I am going to add a layer for my stepped up card. I'm going to add a layer, I think, of Night of Navy. So there is my cardstock, and I've already cut that to 5 1/4 by 4. Don't think I'm going to need that again. Let's see. So let's run that through. I have a new catalog embossing folder, and it is called Bark. It's part of that tree suite, the really pretty one, I think inspired by nature or something like that. No, that's probably not right. But it is the one that has all those pretty trees in it. Now let me just move all this out from underneath me. And let me flip this around so I'm not putting my arm right in front of you. And what I'm going to do is take my platform number 1, and where is my embossing folder? Here we go. This is my Bark 3D embossing folder. And let's hope I get the, what do you call it? The sandwich correct. Let's see. This should go here, and this should go here. And nope, that's not right. Oh, here it is. Nope, that's 3D. Hinge first. Oh, there's something underneath me. No, there's not. Here we go. Here. And here. You know, a lot of times I just honestly just keep working until I find it. Ay, this is sort of embarrassing. This is that blue plate, and that, I think, is what I need for my 3D embossing folder. There we go. Is anybody still with me? I'm still on camera. There we go. Got it. Use the blue plate. It's like the blue plate special. Okay, so that is going to go over here. Then let's move Big Boss. Boom. Snap. More snapping. That way you know it's nice and closed. See, I thought that navy would be nice with the yellow. So that was my thought for stepped up. Let me go ahead and get a second card base for my simple stamping, and that is going to go like so, and then here we're going to go like so, and I'm not sure whether I'm going to add a punch or not, so let's try it and see what we think. So we can add the hello and we can punch it, so let's see what we think about that, because we got several options for stepping up here. I've got some embellishments, I've got a little bit of twine and a little bit of ribbon. So lots of options. I thought what we would bring in is this double oval punch because this fits just perfectly in there. Look at that. Isn't that cute? And then what we could do is we can then add a little layer of Granny Apple Green. So let's see what we think about that. That's kind of cute. What do we think? Of course, maybe I need to bring in yellow. Maybe I need yellow to be there. Boy, everybody's being really quiet. Okay, I think I'm still with you. You're still with me. Let me grab a piece of yellow cardstock. And I think that might be too much green. Let's see. With the blue in the back, let's see. Let's see. Oh, I think I like that better because it makes the green pop. And then, let's see. So do we like that layer behind there? Do we like the Night of Navy layer behind there? I'm waiting for somebody to talk to me. The other thing I thought I might want to do is I could take that out and put just a small layer like so, and then we would bring in the green one. So if we use a small layer, I don't like that as much. Now the other option that I have here, okay, let's try one more thing. Put my Big Boss away too quickly. Let's try one more thing. Let's run a piece of Misty Moonlight. Misty Moonlight is a really nice, like a softer version, much softer version of Night of Navy. And I think it just might work for us in here. Now that I have my sandwich configured, let's see what we can do. And I'll see if anybody has an opinion here. I think everybody's probably eating a sandwich or doing some crafting while they're watching, because nobody's giving me an opinion. Usually y'all are pretty free with your opinions, which I love, by the way, because that's how we design together. So here is the bark embossing folder, and this time I'm running it through with a layer of Misty Moonlight. Snap on the Big Boss. Platform is out of the way. Embossing folder out of the way. I'm probably going to need that. Let's see. Okay. Now, let's see what happens when we take our stepped up card, and let's try putting Misty Moonlight, definitely softer than the Night of Navy. And let me just do them side by side comparisons. That's definitely helpful. And then if we do this, we have this one here. Then I wonder if this is too much. You know what? That's going to be too much. Do we like that one better, or do we like this one better? I think I like the Night of Navy. Well, nobody's really weighing in, so I'm just going to go with this and go with what I'm thinking, and I think you guys will be happy with it. So let's just pop this up on dimensionals, and that's going to be it. Super, super simple stamping. I could take, I almost don't know, I'm afraid I might jinx it. There is this little stamp here that is a part of the, that's a part of this Biggest Wish. And then I have this other stamp here that would be kind of cute, but I think I'm going to bring this in. And let's just add a few of those. Tone on Tone in Daffodil Delight. So let's just do a little bit here. Oh yeah. And then here. And I'll do a couple down here. And then we have just a little bit of design. Ay, 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 did I just do it? I just did it. Yeah, that is what I try not to do, and I just did it. And that's my simple stamping where I wasn't going to add any embellishments. So maybe I'm going to add that stamp. And I'll tell you exactly how it happened. It happened because, you see that? That's because Candy pushed too hard on the stamp. There we go. Let's clean this little guy off. Is anybody still with me? I feel like I'm talking to no one. No one's here. But I think I'm still live. I'm not getting any messages that I'm not still live. Let's see. Okay. Well, I think everybody's just being quiet. Now, let's see. Do I want to put, I may just mess up the whole thing here, but I don't know what else to do. Ay, 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 I just messed up the whole thing. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Let's start over. Simple is not working. Let's go simple here, and let's go simple like this. That's going to be our simple stamping. And then our stepped up, I think I can cover the other one with the, we are here and you are unable to see. Oh, interesting. Okay, I don't know why. I don't know why the comments are not coming through. Interesting. You know what? I think I'm going to refresh my screen real quick because you guys must be weighing in on this and I'm totally oblivious, which is kind of funky. Let's see. Let me just try something really quick here. Oh, okay. Oh, Lord have mercy. Look at all. Okay, here we go. Okay, let me look at comments real quick. Okay, you like the large green. Jennifer likes the large green. And offset with the little green. Okay, everybody's liking the green. Okay, offset looks good. You like the green behind. A lot of people are liking the small green and the offset. Okay, let's go with, let's bring this back in and let's see if we can't just do something with that mucked up. Okay, so let's do that. And then, what are we going to do there? There ought to be something I can add. Oh, I just figured it out. I think I just figured it out. Let's do, I think we could get away with putting a leaf there. An extra leaf. Maybe an extra leaf would work. Let's try it. Let's see. I'm glad I refreshed my screen. I kept feeling like there's got to be somebody still there. I feel like I'm kind of flying blind here. Okay, let's see if we can make this work. You know, when you have something like this and you don't want to redo the whole thing, sometimes you do have to. Sometimes there's really not a save, but sometimes, oftentimes, we can figure out a way. So let's see if I can add, is this the little leaf? No, this is the big leaf. But I think I need the big leaf to, let's see what we can do here. It seems like we could add an extra leaf. So let's see if Candy can figure out. Okay, so Velma liked the embossed navy layer, the larger blue. Oh, Alice, thank you for sharing to a group. Crooked blue one direction and pick the other. Oh, okay. We're getting lots of love on the night of navy. Okay, hang on, let's see. Let me grab some paper snips here because I think what I'm gonna do with this leaf is I think we can add it. And you know, if we're gonna do that, we probably should do it a couple of them because then it won't look like it's an accident that we're trying to cover up. So let's see how we can get on with this. bring in our fine tip on the leaves. And I will say, we typically would not highlight the leaves like this. We would typically, if we were going to pop something up or fussy cut it and add it, we would typically do that with the flowers and not the leaves. But you know, let's be a little unexpected. Let's do things a little different. I don't know how that happened. Well, you know what? I should have left well enough alone. It's because I started adding that yellow to the background and I really didn't need it. Sequins on top of the boo-boo. Well, you know what, Susie? That actually would be the best fit. So let me try this. I'm trying to stick to my stamps, ink, and paper and not adding anything. But I think I'm going to have to add them because let's see. I think this is just not going to work. Let's see. Let's see. A little bit. Yeah, that is, there's no stem. It's kind of hanging out there okay. So we're going to do one of the embellishments on here. So let's go ahead and pop this on the back. I think there was quite a few votes for the small piece of Granny Apple Green. And like I said, this is a great way to just use a scrap and do something a little bit unexpected. Well, it's going to be on this side because that's where I put the... So there, and then this is just going to go up on dimensionals. Oh, I like it, like so. And then we're going to add a little bit of embellishment. So we have these sequins, which are Mango Melody. So definitely a little bit more of an orange cast. I could add, let's see, what else have I got here? I have these glitzy gold guys. These are the Gilded Gems. Because we're not really adding blue into this one, that looks a little out of place. We could go with old-fashioned rhinestones. Let's see. Let's see what else we have, since things went a little different direction than I thought. Now this would add a different color by adding the Calypso Coral sequins. Let's see, those aren't the right green. Let's see, what else is in my bag of tricks here? The little, ooh, that might, that might look really nice. These are actually pale papaya, but they look pretty good there. I could use these, add a little bit of silver. So let's see, I think I'm gonna have to refresh my screen again because I think I'm losing the comments again. I'm thinking somebody's weighed in on the embellishment choice, and I'm going to just find my dimensionals while I'm pulling my, you know, I'll tell you, Facebook, we definitely have a love-hate relationship, Facebook and I. So let's go ahead and pop this up on dimensionals. And, you know, I might just end up using those leaves on my stepped up card. So let's see. I do like this combination of Daffodil Delight and Granny Apple Green and Night of Navy. I think it's a really classic, very bright, bold combination. So let's just see. Oh, if I do that, you're going to be able to see the yellow underneath it. So I can't use that clear one. Now this silver one would work, but those are kind of big there, I think. Now these little guys, these little pale papaya guys, those I think have some real possibilities. Because they're iridescent, so they pick up all these different shades of yellow. Even that green one, it's darker, but it looks pretty good. Now I could also, but I think this is not the right shape. These are, actually that kind of looks good. Let's see, where's my little pick-a-tool? Where'd my tool go? Let's see. Well, you know, this has definitely been the Candy Messed Up the Project show today, and let's see what we can do to make it work. These just might kind of work because they're kind of the shape of the stamp I was using. What do we think? I think that kind of works. So I'm not seeing comments again, but I think that works. Definitely not what I would have thought initially. So let's see where we go on our stepped up, because I think I decided that I really did not like this tone-on-tone stamping here. But you see, that's where we can just cover that right up like so. Now I'm going to go get my liquid glue, because I will tell you that you do not want to use this on this very heavily textured embossed piece. It will tear the cardstock and it will kind of gunk up your tape runner, your seal. So I will get my liquid glue, always my go-to when I'm using embossing folders, and just run a little bead of it all the way around and a little extra in the corners, a little in the middle, and we are there. So let's go like so. And then somewhere here on this mess of a workstation that I have created, once again, I have, here we go, this piece here and this piece here. So this one's going to come together really quickly now. So we spent all the time on the simple one because Candy made a boo-boo. So let's just add this little, I do like this little, I like this oval punch to begin with, but I really like it with these scripty greetings. I think it's a really nice look. So let's put some dimensionals behind this. And I'm going to refresh my screen one more time to see if anybody has weighed in, because I think you have. So Melissa's asking about ribbon. I think ribbon is a really good choice. Oh, Gail, you said a butterfly. That would have been perfect, because I needed something a little bit larger than what I had to cover up. That would have been beautiful. I don't know why. It's making me refresh my screen every time I want to see new comments. So, I don't know. Facebook, sometimes it plays by the rules and sometimes it doesn't. So let's do this. And then let's do this. And then let's see if we can add a little bit of ribbon. I think that Melissa has the right thought there. So let's see if we want to add some ribbon or some twine or something. Let's see. I think that's going to go right like so. Now we've got a couple of choices here. I've got some white twine, which is super cute, I think. I have some white ribbon, which is definitely a larger piece of. Now I could color this with my yellow blend. So let's take a little piece and do that, and then we can make a decision. So let me kind of clear this up a little bit because it's a right mess. I don't think I need that anymore. Let's see if I can clear away the things I know I don't need. And that will make room for the things that I do need. So let's try a little bit of this blend on this ribbon, and then that will tell us whether we want to use the yellow ribbon or the white ribbon or the white twine. So that is the yellow ribbon. Oh, it's kind of nice. And it is sheer, so it still kind of lets you see through it. And then I've got the white twine, and then I have the white ribbon. I have a little bit of gold ribbon, but I don't think that's really the look for this, because this is a little bit more, I guess my color scheme and everything is just a little bit more of a casual look, and that gold just doesn't suit, I don't think. Let's see, I thought I had some linen thread here somewhere, but I'm not seeing it. So we will go with one of the whites or the yellow. So let me, once again, refresh the screen. This is crazy. What if I go out of Facebook and get back into it on my computer? Maybe I could do better. Let's see. I'm waiting for comments to come up. See what people are saying. Okay, I think I'm going to go out of Facebook on my computer and bring it back up. Let's see if that doesn't help. So I think I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a length about so and color it and make a bow out of it. And I think I'm going to make a double bow here, and we'll kind of make a decision about what we want to do here. I do like double bows. I like them a lot. If you've watched my videos very much, and I just double it, you know, I just loop it around to create a double length of the twine and just make it like you're tying your shoes. And then once you get it tied, then you can adjust your loops. And then this one, because I just looped it over, then when I go to trim my ends, then they are ready to go. So that actually looks super cute, and maybe that's just the ticket. But I will try it with a length of a ribbon and see what we think about that. And where did my little leaf go? I thought I might try popping that up to see how it would look, but I may have just, it may have made it to the floor. Let's see if I can grab some comments here and see what people are saying. If anybody has weighed in with anything else. And while that's coming up, I will color this. You know, this is that white seam binding. You know, if you only had one, if you're only going to get one ribbon, this is the ribbon that I would recommend that you get, because you can do so much with it. And you can color it, you can use it plain, you can do so much with it. Let's see. I'm still messing with the computer, unfortunately. Now, when you're coloring your ribbon, you definitely want to use the brush tip, and you want to use it on its side. And the beautiful thing about these blends is that they dry almost immediately, and it colors both sides because it's a very saturated alcohol marker. And, but wait, there's more. It also gives the ribbon a little bit of body, so it's a little bit stiff. So that is the yellow ribbon. So let's try that. And I think I'm going to pull all of this paper out from underneath me because it's kind of messing with my brain. I'm trying to see how, oh, there's my little leaf that I was missing. I'm trying to see where I need to go here, and I can't because of all of this behind me. I don't know if you guys have that where that just distracts your eye, but I have it big time, so I have to just remove that, get it out of the way so that I can see what I'm actually doing. Now here is my simple, and here's my stepped up. So we added, you know, the punch here, we added the embossing folder here. The stamping is identical. Now we're talking about maybe adding a little bit of either twine, a double length or a double bow of the white twine. Now this is the, I'm using the snail mail twine. You get a roll of the white and a roll of Blushing Bride. And I think originally that was like $7. It's on half price right now as part of the last chance list. So I would highly recommend, I mean, white twine, you can do so much with it. I would highly recommend that you get some. like this better. I kind of like that. I was going for the twine, but I kind of like that. And maybe we're just going to add the twine bow over here. And we're going to step everything up. I like it. So I'm going to grab a mini glue dot. And honestly, I don't even know that we need these with that big yellow bow. So let's just say that less is more. And I'm still not getting any other opinions coming through. So either you don't have any more opinions, or again, they're just not coming through on my computer, which it could be either one at this point. So let's just wait and see a minute. I'm gonna, every time I click on it, oh, there we go. Oh, ribbon, love the ribbon, yay. Hey, Crystal, I'm glad you were able to join us. So Susan likes the smaller bow. I think we're gonna put the yellow one here and the white one there, and then we've used them both because I made them both just for comparison. And then we don't have a wasted bow sitting around. So let me find my mini glue dots. And I think less is more. I think I don't need to add any bling here, which is, you know, almost like, I rarely say that. I always want to add some rhinestones or something. But I almost want to say that we're better off without them on this. You know, if there's only one embellishment that you could have, again, I would say rhinestones, because you can color them and you can do all kinds of fun things. So, let's see, I don't think I brought my glue dots over here. I've been doing a little bit of rearranging in my studio. Very exciting. So, it was kind of in the middle of a big work day yesterday. Wednesday is my big work day in the studio, in the sense that I have helpers that come in the morning, and then I have a second shift that comes in the afternoon. We get we're cranking out a lot of projects to then hopefully be able to mail out on Thursday. A lot of class projects and things. So in the middle of all that, it was like, you know what, there's never time to organize, but let's just see if we can think about how this would work better. And I tell you, Pat and Darlene really helped me to come up with some ways that we could better organize some things, and I'm super excited about it. Let's see, if I were going to pop this up, it would give a little bit of depth there, but I don't think you really want to add like emphasis to the leaf. You typically would add emphasis to the flower and not the leaf. So that is it for today, folks. Simple and stepped up stamping with a roundabout way. Lots of kerfuffles and boo-boos and all that good stuff. But you know what? It's part of the creative process. And sometimes you just have to scrap it. But I'm glad that I was able to save these. And this is the one that got messed up. Save them both. And then even like here, I had some background stamping on there. And I thought, nah, I don't like that. So we added the bigger layer on top. And that is what I have for you today. So don't forget to register for my Flowers of Friendship class by mail. And this just gave you 2 more great ideas to go with all of the ones that I'm giving you in class. So with class, let me grab it one more time. We're using the in colors, and so you get all of these. Well, then I just gave you, you know, 2 more great ideas. So very, very versatile stamp set. There's just so much you can do with the stamps and the punch. And yeah, I think it is a must-have, and I think I'm going to be creating with it a lot this year. So, you know, I'm thinking that once I bring you up here, yes, there I can see everything. Hey, Kathy, I'm glad you like the cards today. That makes me happy. So I knew kind of the direction I was going with the color scheme, and got a few layers together, and then we got cracking on simple stamping. And actually, I think there's nothing plain about these cards. You know, sometimes we think simple is going to be plain, or it's going to be, you know, less than, but you know, we just used a couple of blends and a black ink pad and just cardstock. you know, just cardstock. Now we did add on the second, on the stepped up, we did add an embossed layer. And because we were doing a full layer, it was not one we could use with the mini boss. We used the big boss. And so that's where, you know, our big boss machine is a real workhorse. And if you're an avid crafter, I highly recommend getting one. You will love having it. And you know, this is actually, I will just say that this is kind of off the cuff, but through the 14th, I believe it's the 14th, we have that Craft and Collect promotion going on. So when you place a $250 order, you get an extra $25 in host rewards, which means you get $50 in host rewards. You would normally get $25. So that is actually a sizable little extra. And so if you wanted to put your big boss on there, it's a great time to get extra. The other way to get a big boss, which is my favorite way to get the big boss, is to purchase the starter kit, because then you choose $125 of whatever you want and you only pay $99 and you get the free shipping. So that's worth quite a bit. You also get a free paper pumpkin with that, and the big boss is $120. And you're allowed to spend up to $125. So I like to say, okay, get your big boss and add, hey, Stella, I'm glad you're here from Sherman, Texas. We're just winding up today. But get your big boss at $120, add a pack of rhinestones for $5, and you're at $125 even. You only pay $99 for that. Typically, when you have a $125 order, then you're going to pay $12.50 shipping, because you're going to pay 10% shipping. So you save that, you get the paper pumpkin, and you also get that extra $25, or actually $26, because it's $99 plus tax, and you choose $125. So that was totally unplanned, but that's it. Simple stamping, simple and stepped up. It's what we do every Thursday. Don't forget to join me. I will be back here tomorrow night at 6:30 for my BOGO sale, my big BOGO sale. I've got a lot of retired stash, and you can claim it and get it for free for every dollar that you spend correspondingly in any of the catalogs, anything that's online, any of the clearance rack, or whatever you want. So let's just say that you found $50 of stuff that you wanted in my retired stash. Well, you would get that for free when you place a $50 order using my host code. So lots of fun. And I will be on here tomorrow night at 6:30, Saturday morning at 10 a.m., and Sunday evening at 6:30. So I will see you then. In the meantime, share my video. It really helps me. I appreciate it so much. Take care, and God bless.